Dear colleagues, my name is Monika Simetová and I am from Slovakia. I am working as a researcher in the Faculty of Education at Comenius University in Bratislava. The name of my colleague, co-author of this article, is Adriana Wiegerová from Czech Republic. She is working as a teacher and vice dean in the Faculty of Humanities at Thomas Bata University in Zlín. The title of our presentation is Comparison of Primary Science Education in the three European countries. During the last decade, primary science education starts emerging as the one of the important research area in the European countries. This presentation describes some results of author's dissertation. The content of presentation is theoretical background, methodology, research and the discussion from research, and conclusion. Historically, there was a lot of understanding of the man and nature, man and possibly the world. The major philosophical direction for dealing with the relationship between man and nature is an anthropocentrism, biocentrism, and their variants. Philosophical trends as anthropocentrism and biocentrism considered so-called as borderline trends by authors of this presentation. Sort of basic is sustainable development. It is very important for us and for the future generation. People and nature should live in harmony. The next important words are primary education and science education. Primary education generally means reading, writing, some knowledge of maths, understanding, knowledge of history, science, social and science studies, arts, music. The science education is as the process of education, and it means the practical subject oriented on the obtain the practical scientific skills and knowledge from science studies. In this part, you can see the comparison of primary education in these three European countries, in Slovakia, Czech Republic, and in Poland. You can see the age when the students are going at primary or elementary school in these three countries. In Slovakia, it is since 6 till 10 years. In Czech Republic, it is since 6 till 11 years, and in Poland it is since 7 till 13 years. The primary education in Slovakia, it is the first 4 class. In Czech Republic it is the first 5 class, but there is the 2 parts. The first part include the first till 3rd class, and the second part it is include the 4th and 5th class. In Poland, elementary school is in 2 stages. The first stage we can say it is the first till 3 class, and it means that this stage is the primary education. The next part of this presentation is about the research. The title of the research is Position and Structure of Primary Science Education in Slovakia, Czech Republic, and in Poland. The main aim of research was analyzing curricular documents from primary science view in these three European countries. From the main aim, we can say several research questions. What is the dissimilarity in the terms characterizing science education and science literacy in the context of primary school? Which imagine have teachers of primary schools on the content of science education? And the third, how is made by more effective science education and development of science literacy in the content of primary schools in Slovakia? As our main research method, we choose the content analysis curricular documents. The curricular documents was the determining the same. The main research method which the author chose was the content analysis. We analyze the curricular documents, determining the sample from these documents where the Millennium, the document that was the National Program of Education in Slovak Republic for following 15-20 years, the State Educational Program for the first degree of elementary school in Slovak Republic. The appendix was the State Educational Program curriculum. It was the documents from Slovak Republic. For Czech Republic, we analyzed two documents. The National Program of Educational Development in Czech Republic is called as White Book 2, and the next curricular document were the Framework of Educational Program of Basic Education. The documents for Poland was the basic of the educational program for pre-primary and primary education, Part 1, pre-primary and primary education. And the second document was the basic of the educational program for pre-primary and primary education, Part 5, science education and primary school and high school. We use the content of analysis and we use the software MaxQDA 10. Before we choose some criteria for determining the sample. The first was documents are obligatory in the country. Documents include in stage of documents. And the third was by the international classification ISTAT are ranged into category the first. And it is they must be comparable with Slovak level or degree and include the elements of science education. From these criteria, we choose some codes categories, and it was the aim of education, content of education, competence, performance of standard, definition of primary education, definition of science education, cross-curricular subject relations. In this part, we want to show you some results from our research. We want to take care about the some words. It is the words primary science education and primary education. That the words are not the same in these three countries and in these documents. It is very similar but not the same. The very important is that in all documents is missing the science curriculum designed especially for talented students, and there is missing in the environmental education. In this part, we want to show you some results of the categories. It was the category aim of education. The authors designed the general aim for all three countries. It is the pupil has obtained elementary knowledge of the world, life, nature, society and culture, where he or she is a member and he or she is living. The second category, content of education or curriculum, is in every country various topics. The structure is in every country different. The category competence is in all documents is defined as an ability. The next category, performance of standards, in every country is very similar, and it means something as a knowledge, a norm, which the students have got during the study. This is compatible with the Czech Republic, where it's the part of the curriculum for Slovak and awaiting outcomes considered as a performance standards. The category definition of primary education is in every country different. Although it is possible to define the primary education by authors as the education up to the pre-primary and family education, and it is obligatory area in the education for children in the country. Third, the primary education are developing key competencies based on the aims of supporting the knowledge scientific specific curriculum. The category definition of science education is very similar in every country, in every document. The aim of science education is applicable to all three countries as following: to develop the knowledge of science, understanding the nature of the child in the nature environment. Education should be implemented in the nature environment when it is permitted by the location of the school. The last category, cross-curricular subject relations, it is the greatest emphasis on cross-curricular emphasis is placed on the documents from the Czech Republic. As the science contains only the content of education on this subject, but it is appropriate that this document is not referred to this category. In the end, the author trying to say some conclusion. The very important is to know that the structure, system, position of education, especially science education and primary science education, is in these three countries similar and is very important. At first, for knowing other variants of the same term. For the second, for making the good research, especially to use content and comparate analysis. And the third, for understanding what and maybe why have another country and can use it for our Slovak benefit. And for the end, we want to ask some question. It is the question only for thinking. It is what else could help for better understanding the structure and system of education in another country? Why is knowing important? Not only for Slovakian primary science education and us, but for other countries and generations, it could help with nature, culture, ecological crisis, and other. Thank you for your time and your attention.